Hey guys, Fractal here. I know I haven't been posting many videos recently, but basically this has been due to me not having much free time with my new job, and secondly, there aren't many topics that I think deserve my attention, at least not enough to make a video response about. But I've just finished watching a video by ujames1978. That was a response to some other video by what's his name? Not in my name 2050. Not in my name's video was about this religious woman whose behavior changed over the period of about a week or so. She started saying that she hears demons and that she's talking to Jesus and shit. And she ends up killing her child, claiming that he was possessed by demons. Well, not killing her child, sorry. She almost killed her child. She cut his throat open and stepped on his chest and stuff. He ended up in the hospital in a severe condition. And she did this because she thought he was possessed by demons. Then he goes on to say something like, not exactly blaming religion for what happened, but rather he says that in a culture where people can say that they hear voices in their head, that they speak to God, that they hear demons, etc. In a culture where those kind of things are considered normal, and you can be a completely normal person and still say that you speak to God personally, people won't even consider it strange at all. In that kind of cultural context, that woman's mental illness would go unchecked up until the point where she acts violently upon those insane impulses. Now, there's no doubt about the fact that this woman is insane. And there's no doubt about it that most religious people who say that they hear voices in their head are not insane, but I would say that they are deluding themselves. ujames1978 got really offended by this video, and he starts calling him a lot of names and shit, which I think that was kind of uncalled for. He calls it bigotry against religion or something like that, and I don't really understand where this is all coming from. Now, ujames defends his position by bringing up this example. I'm not sure if it's real or not, but for the sake of argument, let's consider that it really happened. The story is about this girl who's obsessing over a cat that she found. She takes it home, she locks herself up in her room, and she doesn't leave her room. She spends all her money on cat food and toys, and she obsesses over the cat. She spends all her time around the cat and shit, and she talks to it. And over a period of time, she starts developing a severe obsession with this cat. And the people around her look at her, and then they just think that it's normal and that it's a phase and it's going to pass, so they don't really pay much attention to this. Up until the point where her parents leave the house, and then she kills her brother. And when her dad comes back home and sees his dead son and his daughter all covered in blood, she tells him that the cat said that he needed blood for performing magic or something. And ujames then asks, then who is to blame? Is it maybe Harry Potter or witchcraft for influencing this girl to give her the idea that the cat needed blood? Is it the culture that allows people who obsess over cats to go unchecked? And that is a pretty good point. The problem I have with this comparison is simply in frequency. How often do you hear about insane girls that obsess over kittens and then act violently because of voices they heard in their head from these kittens, compared to how many stories do you hear about people killing other people in the name of religion? Now, there's no doubt about it that when you act upon voices in your head to the point where you kill somebody, then there's probably something wrong with you. Nobody's going to disagree about that. The thing is that stories about cats talking to people and convincing them to kill people are relatively rare, while people killing other people because God told them to do so, people doing horrible things because they say that God personally told them to do so, are way more frequent. People killing their children because they thought that they were possessed. You hear about several of these cases every year. Just last year, right after the whole rapture craze, which wasn't really a craze, but several retards actually believed that shit, a woman ended up killing her babies to save them. Now, can you honestly say that religion played no role in this? If she did not think the rapture was going to happen, would she still have killed her children? I think this is a much better example than, or a much better comparison than bringing up the cat story. This is a completely separate case, yet it exhibits the same kind of end result. A parent killing their kids or severely harming their kids because that's what they think that their God wants. There's those guys that killed their child by beating her up to death because they felt she was disobedient, and that's what they read. And that's what they read in some book that basically tells them that they're allowed to do so because that's what God says. Are they insane? Probably. I don't think that any sane person would beat their child to death in the name of anything. So, okay, these are just like a few examples from the back of my mind. There are so many examples of people acting upon impulses, upon impulses by voices they hear in their head. It's a lot more frequent to hear these things in a religious context rather than in any other context. So, you, James, I think that you're kind of wrong here, because religion, in my opinion, does play a huge role in this. They might not have killed people. They might not have killed their kids or their friends if they didn't feel that they have a right to do so. And this girl, she might have felt that she had a right to do so because of her cat. But having a right to do so because your cat told you so, or having the right to do so because the creator of the universe, who you owe your life to, told you so. Do you not see the difference here? In any case, I'm going to link all the videos down in the description box, and I hope you all have a nice day.